Good Monday morning. So I brought you outside for a field trip, and Philly is my cameraman today because I want to tell you a story about the dogwood tree. Legend has it that the dogwood tree used to be as big and grand as an oak tree. And legend has it that it was actually the tree that was used for the cross that Jesus would be crucified on, which seemed very fitting here at the week of Easter to share this story with you. Well, as the legend goes, God never wanted the dogwood tree to be able to be used as a tree of crucifixion again. So he made it a much smaller tree. Now I want to tell you this is not the trunk of the dogwood tree. This is a pine tree trunk. Okay, so when you see this and that, it's not the same tree. That small tree over there is what the dogwood tree is. You see that? See how airy its branches are and how tiny its trunk is? So I didn't want you to be looking at this pine tree thinking this is like, my goodness, that thing is massive, because that is not a dogwood tree. And Philly's gonna zoom in. If you look at a dogwood petal, it looks like a cross. And legend has it that the two are that each corner where you see the little tainted, rust-colored on the petals represents the blood of his hands and his head and his feet, and the beautiful flower in the middle represents the crown of thorns that he wore. Isn't that amazing? And you think about that, you think about all of the crosses that we bear in our own stories, the crosses of a hard marriage, of health issues, of financial burdens, the crosses of wayward children or unmet expectations or delayed dreams. And there are moments that the cross is so weighty and so heavy. But Jesus said these words. He said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and take of me, because my burden is easy. My yoke is easy and my burden is light." The cross is the divine exchange, if you will. It's that moment where we take all of the struggle and the mess and the hard of life, and we realize that we are incapable of doing anything with it. And so Jesus, in his love, took the cross for us so that we could have this divine exchange of his holy for our hard. And the two merged at the cross, but they didn't land there, because without a resurrection, none of it would matter. If there wasn't a resurrection, then this hard, broken life that we live in would be all that there is. But that is not true, because the resurrection changed everything. The resurrection meant that now our Jesus has risen, that death didn't get the last word, sin doesn't get the last word, brokenness doesn't get the last word, hard doesn't get the last word. Jesus got the last word. And his last words on the cross were these: "It is finished." That means death is over, disease will be no more, and one day you and I will have a beautiful heavenly home to be with him. But in the meantime, there's still abundant life to live here. David said in Psalms 27:13, I believe, "I would have lost hope unless I had believed I would see the goodness of the Lord." Where? In the land of the living, here, now. So Jesus brought abundant life here, now, an easy yoke for our weary, heavy burden. So I don't know what your hard cross may be in this season, but I just really want to encourage you. Don't miss the beauty of the divine exchange. When we hand over our heart to take His holy, the yoke becomes easy and the burden becomes light. It really is an act of surrender and choosing. So my prayer is, as we enter this season, that we will be very mindful of what is offered to us, because we all get to choose what we're going to do with the cross of Jesus Christ and the sacrifice that He gave. We all get to choose. But don't forget, it didn't end there. It came with a resurrection. And that resurrection power is available for you and me. And whatever hard place we may be in, with the resurrection of Jesus Christ, nothing is ever as dead as it seems. So I pray that for you in this season, that you will experience the resurrection of Jesus Christ in whatever area of your life that feels dead. And don't ever forget, when you pass a dogwood tree, what the story about it was. Because it's a good one on this Monday morning.